All right, this is Math 261. This is section 12.2 on differentiation and integration of vector-valued functions. And this is part 2, page 2. And this is example 1, where we take some of the formulas. Really, in this example, all we are going to use is the definition of the derivative of vector-valued functions and do some calculations. So we have a function given to us, r of t equals 5 plus t in parentheses times I plus t to the third times j. And part A is to take the derivative of that, find r prime of t. So r prime of t is the derivative of this. This is f of t now, and f prime of t would be 1 times I plus this would be g of t. And the derivative of that, of course, is 3t squared times j. And that's what there is to it. Okay, so derivatives, at least, and integrals with vector-valued functions work, we'd say component by component. Okay, so you do the derivative of each component function. So, not bad. And part B, in example 1, is to take a specific value, t0 of 1, that's given to us, and substitute it in to find, first to the function. In part B, it says r of t0, which is r of 1. So that would be 5 plus 1 times I plus t to the third, so 1 to the third times j. And that would be 6i plus j. And then part C says evaluate r prime of t0, and the value of t0 is 1. So part C is r prime of 1. R prime is here, so r prime of 1 would be I plus 3 times 1 squared times j. So I plus 3j. Now here's a picture of this whole situation, okay, of what we just found. So we have this function r of t, vector-valued function, and we evaluated r of 1, and we got 6i plus j in component form, 6 comma 1. The terminal point of that is plotted here, the terminal point of that vector. The pink vector represents the derivative. See the value of the derivative at 1, at t equal to 1, r prime of 1 is equal to I plus 3j, which is 1 comma 3 in component form. So the dotted vector here is that vector in component form with its initial point at the origin. And this pink vector, I did my best to try to draw the same distance, the same length as here it should be. And that is the derivative vector. 1 comma 3 is a vector with its initial point at 6 comma 1.